Welcome to Chef Training. This is Shadab Akhtar. You are watching cookbooks and recipe in Chef. So far, we have discussed how to create a cookbook, how to create a recipe in AWS. I want to move forward to the same. So, for generating a cookbook, you have to give command chef and then generate cookbook and cookbook name. And same for recipe. If you want to create a recipe, so you have to give same command chef generate recipe and then recipe name. In my case, recipe 2, I give a recipe name here. Then to verify our syntax is correct inside a recipe. So inside a recipe, we can write down a code for Ruby. According to your need requirement, you can write down a code. For example, you want to install Apache Tomcat on your virtual machine via the recipe, then you have to write down a code for installing Apache Tomcat on a server via the recipe. So this is for verifying a syntax. Chef execute ruby-c and cookbook and recipe, then Ruby code file known as recipe1. Then you can execute your recipe via the next command. Cookbook sudo is for root or user, and then chef client hyphen zz will be a flag name. In double quotes, you have to give a recipe, you have to provide a cookbook name, then two times colon and then recipe name. And this is one of recipe we have already created these kind of recipe in a last session, but we did not execute so far. I want to show you how you can execute your recipe and the location where your file will create. In this recipe too, you can see showing here a file which is a resource and then the file name. And do content, this is a recipe 2 means this content will be pasted inside this file my file 2. An action will be create, so the file will create, my file 2 will create, and then the end of the code. Let me do that. First of all, I want to show you how again we will create a cookbook and recipe, then how we will create this recipe too and how we will execute it. So let me copy this code. I just want to copy this code from here and then I want to paste inside a notepad. So it will be helpful for me to copy and paste. I just want to move forward to notepad++. I want to proceed with new file and then I want to paste this code. Let me proceed with my virtual machine. This is my virtual machine where I already installed Chef. Again, I want to show you if I will give here a chef hyphen hyphen version, showing here a details about a version. So I already installed a workstation. Let's understand again about workstation. So workstation you can install in your laptop, desktop, or dev machine. Okay. In our case, we already work in our laptop about workstation. So according to your um, platform, means a Windows, Linux, or Mac operating system, you have to download and install workstation in your local. Local means in the laptop, desktop, or dev machine. And then you can install workstation on cloud environment. In my case, it is in AWS. I already discussed with you how to install workstation on a local in my laptop. And I already discussed with you about a workstation in AWS. That's why we are able to see here chef hyphen hyphen version. And workstation is already in this virtual machine, showing chef workstation version 2.0, 20.9.18158. So if I will give here ls command, you will find a directory cookbooks. This directory I already created via the command mkdir. Mkdir is used to create a directory in a Linux. And if I will go inside this cookbook, so you will find here cookbooks. There are two cookbooks. First one is cookbook 1, second one is httpd cookbook. So I just want to create one more cookbook here. So let me give a command. So I just want to give a command chef generate, and then I want to give a name as cookbook, and then I want to give a cookbook name. This time I want to proceed with cookbook 2. I want to hit enter now. It will take time. Uh-huh. Now you can see the detailed description about this creation and showing here generating a cookbook 2, and then ensuring correct cookbook content. Your cookbook is ready. Then go ahead with cd for change directory and then cookbook 2 to enter it. There are several commands you can run to get started locally developing and testing your cookbook. And type delivery local hyphen hyphen help, you will get detailed description about help. To see full list of local testing commands, why not start by writing inspect test. So already created here couple of things. One of thing is a default rb for default ruby code. Now I just want to move forward inside this cookbook too. So let me proceed. I want to give ls command again, and here is cookbook 2. I want to proceed with this cookbook 2. Inside a cookbook 2, we can create a recipes. So let me proceed. I just want to show you here are okay. Right now I'm inside a cookbook. Let me proceed with cookbook 2. If I will give ls command, you will find multiple directories as well as files. I want to focus you on recipes directory. Inside a recipes directory, you will find a default.rb file. And if you will create a recipe, so recipe will persist inside this recipe directory. Let me generate one more recipe here. I want to proceed with chef and then generate, and I want to create a recipe. So recipe and then recipe name I want to give here. Recipe, in my case 3, and then I want to create this recipe. Recipe is created successfully, and let me verify. I want to give a cat command, and then I want to go ahead with recipe. Inside a recipe there is a recipe3.rb. Automatically this rb extension is created. I want to hit enter here. So this is a detailed description inside this recipe. So we can write down a code inside a recipe3.rb file. So in my case, our code is for creating file. I want to change here a file content. In my case, I want to give here a name. This is recipe 3 in my case. And I want to change a content. So welcome to recipe 3. And I want to copy and paste this code. I just want to copy, and then I want to come on virtual machine. I want to use vim editor. I want to proceed with recipes, and inside recipe there is a recipe.rb. Vim is the editor. Via the vim we can open a file, and then we can write inside a file. I want to open, and then I for insert, and then end button, and I want to press enter. This is recipe 3, and then I would paste here code. Again, I want to copy, and then I want to paste here. So what file content is to create a file. So I want to create this file, and I want to save this information escape colon wq exclamation mark to save, and let me verify the content inside this recipe. Cat command is used to show the content inside a file. So content is saved successfully. And let me try to execute this syntax so that I can easily verify my syntax is correct or not. So I want to use this command chef execute ruby-c, and then I want to proceed with notepad++, and then I want to paste here. So this is a command to execute Ruby code. Chef execute exe, and ruby-c is a flag name. This is a cookbook name, recipe name, and then recipe 3. I want to copy this code, and then I want to paste on a virtual machine. I want to hit enter. Okay, right click, sorry, and I want to press enter now. Track most recent call last hyphen cookbook. Okay, load. So I'm inside a cookbook. Okay, I want to change a cookbook name first. So we are working in cookbook 2. Chef execute ruby-c cookbook 2 recipes 3.rb. Track back most recent call let last. No such file or directory. Mhm. Okay, cd and recipes 3.rb. Mhm. Oh my goodness. So I just want to go ahead with cookbook, and inside cookbook 2. Okay. So right now my present working directory is a cookbook 2, and then I want to remove this uh, cookbook 2 from here because I'm inside a cookbook 2. Showing recipes unterminated string meets and off file and recipes 3 syntax error unexpected end of input. Okay, so let me check now. I just want to open again file, so I have to go for recipes and then recipes3.rb. Let me check now. So showing here error due to this I think issue here in code. So you can see this code is a different from another one. So let me change here code, single quote. So I want to remove this code from here, and then okay, I for insert, I think it will work now, and then colon wq exclamation mark to save. Okay, let me try again, and I want to hit enter. Now showing syntax. Okay, so what was the issue? What was problem here? I was working inside cookbook 2, and previously I give in a path cookbook name. That's why I'm getting issue. and second issue inside a recipe 3.rb. So this is our responsibility as a DevOps engineer to take care of code as well as issues. So now I want to give a clear command to clear screen, and I want to execute now this recipe. I want to use a command chef client hyphen zr. Okay, let me copy and paste. Okay, I want to use sudo, so it is for root user, temporary root user, chef client hyphen zr recipe. In our case, cookbook name is recipe cookbook 2 and recipe name is a 3. Then I would copy this code or this script or this command and let me come on virtual machine. I want to execute now. So sudo here for temporary root user and then chef client and then hyphen zr is the extension name, then recipe, our recipe name is, our cookbook name is cookbook 2, recipe name is recipe 3. Now I want to hit enter. Mhm. Control C and then let me try again. I want to remove this one and double quote. Sometime it is codes issues. So let me keep again. Now I want to hit enter. Now you can see showing here starting chef infra client 16.5.77 and parent and then resolving and synchronizing with cookbook, installing a cookbook jumps, and then showing a recipe file and then create a new file recipe 3 and update a content inside a recipe 3 from none to this is the id. Okay, let me show you the location of this file, created file location. So I just want to change my directory. My current working directory is cookbook 2. Present working directory is a cookbook 2. I want to change a directory from cookbook 2 to home. So by default, your files will create inside home. So here is a file recipe 3. Let me show the content inside this recipe 3. So I just want to give cat command to check a content inside a recipe 3. So welcome to recipe 3. So we can create a multiple files inside or multiple recipes inside a cookbook. So I want to create more cookbook inside same uh, cookbook. So I just want to proceed with cookbooks and then cookbook 2 and so for example I want to create one more recipe inside, so I have to give again command chef and then generate, and I want to generate a recipe and then recipe name I want to give as 4. I want to hit enter now. Recipe 4 is created, and according to your need you can write down a code inside a recipe 4. So right now I want to show inside recipes. So you can see there are two cookbooks, custom cookbooks persist, recipe 3 and recipe 4. Recipe 4 is a blank. You can write down whatever you want inside a recipe 4. And now I want to focus you on service. This is related to creating file inside a virtual machine via the recipe. And now I want to focus how you will install services in your virtual machine via the recipes. So far I have cookbooks. So let me proceed with cookbooks again, and then let me give a command ps-ef and then pipe sign grep, and here I want to give httpd. This is a daemon, and also I want to give here Apache, showing here Apache running. So if you will focus, httpd and Apache is same. So daemon is running here httpd, and I want to um, stop these daemons. So let me remove Apache Tomcat. Okay, so where is Apache? Apache cd, and I want to proceed with where and locate Apache. How I will. Okay, let me kill these all processes. So I just want to give again ps hyphen ef and then pipe sign grep and httpd. Okay, so I want to give a command rm hyphen rf. Okay, kill will work. Kill hyphen 9, and then I want to give process id. So httpd permission not permitted, operation not permitted, so I want to give a sudo. Okay, so let me verify again. Okay, so now this command is used for kill the processes. Sudo kill hyphen 9. Hyphen 9 flag is for forcefully remove. If your kill process is not working, you can give hyphen 9 to remove or kill your processes. Sudo is temporary root user, and it was showing error operation not permitted. So you can use a sudo, and then kill hyphen 9 is for forcefully kill the process, and I kill 5363. So this is for root. If you will delete from root, so it will remove from everywhere. And another thing I want to do, I just want to remove these all things. Okay, and I want to come inside where directory. Inside where directory you will find www. Inside www you will find html. Inside html you will find index.html. I want to remove this file rm.index.html. Okay, so rm-rf and then index.html permission. Okay, sudo, now deleted successfully. So HTML file deleted successfully. Let's understand what I want to do here via my PPT. This is a recipe 3. In this recipe, I want to install HTTPD, also known as Apache Tomcat. Apache Tomcat is ideal for Java application. For example, you want to keep bundle of code inside Apache Tomcat, you can. Your application will run. So you need Apache Tomcat on your server. So in my case, I want to install Apache Tomcat via the STT via the recipe. And we need Apache Tomcat. Inside Apache Tomcat, you can keep your projects. Ideally for Java project. For example, you have a war file and this war file is a bundle of code. So you can keep a war file inside Apache Tomcat. Inside Apache Tomcat, you will find a directory known as web apps directories. Inside a web apps directory, you can keep a war file. But in my case, I want to keep index.html inside HTML directory, which comes under www. www comes under where directory. So this is a recipe 3. Package will be httpd and action will be installed. Then file will create inside index.html will create, and the content will be hello friends. Or if you want to write down a code inside index.html, you can proceed with w3school.com. You can write down a code according to your need, according to your requirement. You can start from scratch and you will go for enterprise level code inside w3school.com. And then you can write down whatever you want. In my case, I want to write down hello friends. And then I want to give an action as a create, and then service will be enable as well as start. So these tasks I want to do. First of all, I want to install package httpd. After that, I want to create a file index.html. Then I want to start service httpd or Apache Tomcat via this recipe So let me proceed. I just want to copy this code and then I want to proceed with Notepad++, and I want to paste here. This is a code. And let me proceed, and I want to create one more recipe inside cookbook 2. So I just want to proceed with cookbooks and then cookbooks 2. And then I want to create one more recipe. So I want to give a chef and then generate recipe. In my case, I want to create recipe 5 and I want to hit enter now. Recipe is created successfully. Let me open vim. I can use a recipes directory and then recipe 5 I created. I want to open this file and then I want to press end button, I for insert, I want to hit enter. um, Recipe 5 for installation Apache Tomcat, um, installation Apache Tomcat and start and verify. Okay, let me copy the code now. I want to copy code, then I want to keep in this recipe and I want to save this information. Escape colon WQ exclamation mark to save. To verify, I just want to give a cat and then recipes, recipe 5. I want to proceed and I want to hit enter. Now code is saved successfully. I want to give a clear command for clear screen and I want to verify first code is correct or not, syntax is correct or not. So I can give a command chef exec and then ruby if let me double check. I want to copy this command chef exe ruby hyphen c. Okay, here I want to modify. I want to give here a 5, and then I want to remove this cookbook because we are working inside a cookbook too. So I just want to copy and then paste, and let me verify now. Syntax is okay, and I want to execute now. So we are working inside a cookbook too, and in this case our recipe is a recipe 5, and I want to copy. It will not work due to double quotes, so I have to change here double quotes. Press enter, double quotes. Now you can see here showing create a new file inside var www.html.index.html, and then restore SE Linux security context. SE Linux is a one of directory inside etc directory. So you will find conf directory, conf file inside SE Linux. Inside a conf, you can restore security. You can disable, enable, whatever you want. This is for security level. And then start service HTTPD. If you want to verify, again, you have to give same command ps-ef and grep httpd. So let me verify httpd here. ps-ef and then pipe sign grep httpd. Now you can see it is working fine. And if you want to verify about index.html, so obviously you have to go inside where and then www and then html, and here is index.html. I want to give a get command index.html. You will find hello words, hello friends. So it means a HTML page is created, and inside HTML page code um, messages hello friends. And if you want to verify via the browser, because this is Apache Tomcat, you can hit in a browser and you can verify in a browser. So let me show you how we will identify. So right now I'm in a chef server. So our these kind of stuffs working in a chef server, which is a virtual machine, Linux virtual machine in AWS. And then you need a public IP address of this server. So you can get public IP address via the command if config config and then co. I want to give a curl here. This is a public IP address of this server. I need this IP address, and by default Apache Tomcat will work on port 8080. Sometime will work on 80. So let me verify. I want to proceed with new tab, and then I want to paste here this IP address, and let me try with 8080. I want to hit enter now. No, it is not working. So you have to double check. These all are the use cases you have to keep in your mind. So I just want to give 8080 now. It is working fine. You can see it is showing hello friends. So HTML page is running in this IP address. So for example, you want to write down a code about your index.html. So obviously you have to keep an updates inside index.html. Then your website will run. And you want to map your IP address with DNS name, obviously you have to purchase a DNS name from Amazon or any another vendor. So you have to map this IP address with DNS name. For example, you want to purchase a DNS name www.vinod.com. So you have to purchase and you have to pay around 1,000 rupees or 900 rupees for .com. It depends. So if you will purchase a .com, you have to pay around 900 rupees from Amazon, or you can purchase from GoDaddy or any another vendor. But you have to map this IP address with this domain name, and you can update your website. So let me proceed. There are a couple of use cases. This website is running, this page is running in our internet. So there are a couple of things. For example, your HTTPD is not working, and your Apache Tomcat is not working in a virtual machine, so you cannot access same page, obviously. So for example, I want to kill again this process, and I want to use sudo. Let me try kill if it is working fine, and let me verify again. So now it is not running, and let me try now. If I will reload this page, we cannot access because Apache Tomcat is not working in a virtual machine. This is one of use case. So let me again start httpd sudo service start httpd systemctl. Okay, systemctl. Now if I will verify again, so now it is working fine. Let me verify again. Now it is working. See, this is one use case. Your HTTPD should be run on virtual machine. This is one use case. Another use case, if your HTTPD working fine in virtual machine, but port number is not open in a security group, so you cannot access via the internet your website. So security group is a firewall rules which provide inbound and outbound traffic to virtual machine, application, databases, etc. This is a security group. In common security group, I already open a port. So let me close a port. So by default, AWS resources will be private. No one can access resources from AWS. Why? Because it is a private. If you will allow, then people can access your resources from AWS. You will find one option here, inbound. Inside a inbound, you will find a traffic port numbers. I'm gonna click on inbound, and then see, I already open a port, all traffic, and port will work from 0 to 65,535. Let me close these ports, and I want to save this information. If I will try again, I cannot access. So now we cannot access this page via the internet. So again, I have to open a port for um, 8080. I would come in a security group again, and then I'm gonna click on edit, and this time I want to proceed with 80, and I want to select anywhere, and then I'm gonna click on save. Let me try now. It is working fine. So you have to keep couple of things in your mind about your cookbooks, about your recipe, about your securities, about internet access. So now next thing I want to discuss. So far, we are working with couple of things. We have discussed about workstations, we have discussed about a chef server, and we have this. We will show you In the next session, we will discuss about how to add nodes inside a chef server. So it will be enough for my side for today. And in the next session, we will discuss how to add nodes in a chef server. So